The technological marvel.
We're leaping forward to a space-age time where you are and what you're doing doesn't matter, because you're about to be here. We're doing a virtual panel with one of our favorite people of all time. And I want you to make enough noise that she hears how excited you are to have her digitally arrive onto the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, Rachel!
Hi.
Hi!
Can you
I
hear
just
us?
heard hi!
Hey, it's so good to see you.
Oh my goodness, it's so good to see you. I can't tell you how much I miss you. Am I like a hologram on the screen dancing around?
Yeah, they have an actual, it's a hologram. It's not even on a screen.
Yeah,
It's a
on
3D
stage,
hologram.
on stage.
Yep.
Can you like hug me?
We're holding you right now.
Awesome.
Honestly, I feel like this is what it's like talking to an astronaut.
Yeah.
I mean, there she is. It's like, wow, this is good technology. How are you, Rachel?
I am so good, especially because I'm here now. I miss you all so much.
We miss you.
So this is just the most amazing gift.
This is super
Yes,
cool.
we'll be here with the whole family.
Well, for some additional comic relief, they decided that the band and Rich and I should make sure that this technology works correctly.
Which is really the blind leading the naked, if I might say.
It doesn't, yeah. So
Awesome.
yeah. So I guess we're gonna.
Turn it on and off the computer. That's about my level.
Well, we'll see. So we'll throw it to a question from the audience.
Perfect.
Oh, okay, so audience. Okay, so anybody wants to ask Rachel a question?
Am I really lucky enough to share the stage with you? This is amazing.
So if you're asking Rachel a question, come to the center aisle. We're switching it up. So we're not doing the side approved. This way she can see you. All right, let's take a question.
Hi.
Hi. So what's the best thing you've binged since we saw you last?
Oh my goodness, God. I've binged so much. Okay, I'll tell you something true and embarrassing. It's not the best thing, but I got really into binging Korean shows for a while. I started studying the language because I get bored and I study new languages. And so I was watching a lot of K content. But beyond that, the best thing, oh my God, there's been so many good shows.
Plus
I loved,
Emily being on Mandalorian.
what was that?
Plus Emily being on Mandalorian.
Yes, that was amazing. Mandalorian was amazing. I've pretty much binged everything because I am at home, getting to do such things. So I'm at a loss for like what is the absolute best. I've actually also loved, I don't know if you know, but Kieran Culkin was family for a while, so I started watching Succession, and he's so good on that. So I've really been enjoying that. It's a brilliant performance. I really love what Robbie's done with the Winchesters. I have enjoyed, I've been watching all of the content that all of our family has put out. I've been enjoying Kung Fu, and I've been enjoying, I'm trying to think all the Winchesters, Walker, all of that. But I especially was like really impressed with what Robbie did in terms of making the Winchesters so inclusive and current, but at the same time, delving into the past. I don't know, what did you think? What has been your favorite shows? Because I probably have been enjoying that too.
No, all of the nerdy ones, all the usuals. Actually, I've been watching Ghosts and trying to watch the UK one too. I like comedies.
Nice, I like that one. What was that?
I prefer.
You like comedy? There's been some good comedies on Apple as well. Like Ted Lasso, obviously, and I also really enjoyed I try to remember Therapy. What was the one recently with Jason Segel and Harrison Ford? Anyway, it was good. Yeah, thank you. Okay, I'll see you. It's so good to see you. It's been so long.
Mine is more of a comment rather than a question. I stopped by the
Yeah.
Remax table before coming in, and
Oh,
I started
no.
my bingo card. I advise everybody to get involved with this. It's an excellent program.
Thank you. I'm so glad. I hope you'll enjoy it. I think it would be, I'm really glad that Creation put that in, and I'm just hoping that it gives all of you a really good time and infuses things with a little more fun and kindness. And I really recommend it, and I'm so glad that you got that. So yes, next.
Yeah. Hi there. So first of all, Maddie says hi.
Yay! And happy birthday, Maddie.
Happy birthday, Maddie. And then my question for you, which I also just asked DJ, is what is your montage song?
What is my montage song?
Yep.
Nothing beats a Gish montage song. I would have no clue. I would love to be gifted a montage song. I feel like I try to be someone who is self-reflective and stuff, but I feel like other people would know my harmony or know what harmonizes with me better than I would. I never feel like I quite correctly assess myself, nor do I want to spend a lot of time doing so. I'd rather have my attention on other people. So I definitely, there are songs that always touch my heart in life. Like, why are there so many songs about rainbows? And also like What a Wonderful World and things like that, that just kind of, I guess, encompass how I feel about the world sometimes. But I have no idea what my personal montage song would be. Do you want to give me one?
I'll take it. I'm horrible at coming up with songs on the spot. I'm a big fan of No Doubt's Just a Girl.
Oh, yeah.
It's very much.
Nice. I get to be a lot cooler. Thank you for making me cooler than I see myself.
Oh, you're so cool.
Thank you.
Never doubt that.
Thanks. It's so good to see you. Seriously.
Hi, Rachel. I'm Krista.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. I don't know if you remember, but back in 2018, I did Mad Libs, and I'm doing them again.
Awesome. I think did I see a tweet about that? I've been bad about keeping up with my tweets recently, but I think you tweeted something about that.
Yeah, I'm doing Mad Libs. I did Mad Libs for Misha Apocalypse back in April 1st, but I don't know if you saw that. But anyway, I'm doing Mad Libs for this con, and I'm gonna finish it up with Rich and Rob. Hopefully, you can get a glimpse of what I'm going to finish it up with. But anyway, I'm giving you a noun if you don't mind.
Absolutely. Can I go with unicorn?
Yes, you can. Yes,
Okay.
you can.
I don't know if you all can see, but I
Thank you, Rachel.
Yes, absolutely.
Hello.
Hello.
I was wondering if you weren't Meg, or if, like, you could create a creature for that you would want to play in Supernatural. What would you be, or like what character would you be besides Meg?
On Supernatural, if I could create one, not one that exists already,
Yeah.
That's hard. I really love Meg.
You can also say unicorn.
Yeah, possibly a unicorn. No, I mean, I honestly, I really love Meg. I think I would either want to be an angel or a demon because I really was fascinated by this other view of our world and how you could see our existence over that kind of scope of time. So yeah, I definitely would love to be someone that lived for that span. And I also think they did a really good job, whether you were angel or demon or whatever, of kind of hitting up on the grace of existence and how we evolve and learn. And so I'd love to play, if not Meg, I'd love to play another character who had gotten that kind of insight on existence. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Thank you. I like your headband, by the way.
Thank you.
Hi. I'm really excited. I'm really excited that you get to do this because the first con that I went to was New Jersey Con last year, and I was so excited to see you, and then we realized that you weren't going to be able to come. So I'm excited that they set this up so that we can actually be here with you.
I'm so deeply excited and grateful, and also can we just acknowledge creation for making it accessible? Because I quite honestly thought I was never going to be able to do a convention again. And because of my physical condition. And for them to find a way was really, really wonderful. And I'd love for more spaces to be this inclusive.
Absolutely.
And finding a way for us all to exist in this world.
Definitely. My question is, what has been your favorite Gish challenge to ever see completed? Because I think a lot of us love and miss Gish, so I'm trying to think of all the favorite challenges so that I can put together like just pictures of the best ones.
I mean, to be honest, I'm always partial to Change a Life. A lot of the Giles projects were deeply, deeply my favorites. Like I don't, especially I think possibly the Farming Collective in Rwanda, with Olive and stuff was one of the most moving to me, and it's had such, what is so wonderful about this Change a Life is that they've had such a long life afterwards. There's now like multiple collectives, and it's since luckily from Random X View, I get to see it continue on and continue to do good and continue to evolve. And that's all because of the energy of Gishers. And to me, that is like the most exciting thing. Other than that, other than the Change of Life, I'd say one of my favorite challenges was when we did, it was like a free jumble sale, yard sale that we went out to. I know one of the reasons I loved it was there was multiple teams, and we went out, the group I was with, we went out in Central Park and we were just giving away items. And it was so beautiful to see like the shift in people. And a lot of people didn't even trust that we were trying to just give them something for no reason. They were like, what's the catch? What do we have to do? What are you trying to get out of us? And to see that change in people, to kind of like help reprogram of like, no, this is an existence where people can just do nice things in order to do nice things. That was quite honestly my favorite and truly profound.
That's a great one.
Is that an answer? Do you remember that one?
I remember seeing it. I was not part of Gish that year, but I remember seeing it, and that was one of the things that made me excited for Gish, was that it was being weird for the sake of kindness.
Yeah. And also I think whether it's from an artistic point of view, or kindness point of view, whatever, it's so good to keep challenging ourselves to think beyond the status quo and imagine the world as we want it to be and as we think is possible. And I hope that all Gishers never lose that. I hope we just keep creating the world as we think it should be.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're here.
I'm so glad to be here.
Hi, I'm really excited that you're here because I didn't think you were doing cons anymore, and your presence changed the way I think about my own disability, so I'm like, sorry. But
Please don't apologize. I'm in the same position as you are. I could just sit here and sob. I'm so grateful and happy, and I thought I wouldn't get to see you all, and it's just an amazing thing to get this time. So thank you.
you're just an absolute ray of sunshine and so positive about everything. But especially now that tech is making things more inclusive, and one good thing came out of this pandemic. If you were ever had the ability to act or record for the Winchesters, would you rather be Meg or the Empty?
Would I rather be Meg or the Empty? Oh, Meg, definitely. Without a doubt, I love it. That, there's nothing more fun. The Empty is an interesting character, but definitely does not speak to my soul the same.
It's so good to see you.
It's so good to see you.
Hi, my name's Heather.
Hi.
I'm so
Hello.
My question, because I mentioned you love Meg, if you could have came back as Meg, is that a storyline that you would have wanted to explore as Meg if you were able to be brought back as her?
I love it. To be honest, so I'm just a big mush. Meg was not, but I would have loved to see more Meg and Cass. I would have actually really loved if, to me, one of the funniest things was they were both so bad at what I call humaning, like trying to do the normal things in life. And one of the things that made me laugh was when they did kind of have feelings for each other. They didn't even know what to make of that. It kind of grossed them out, and it was confusing. And I would have loved to see them kind of trying, for some reason, going on a road trip or trying to be a normal couple or pretending to be or something like that. I think it would have been hilarious. Yeah.
Hi there.
Hello.
How are you,
How are you?
Sunshine? This is Annie.
Oh.
Joni's with me too. We miss you tremendously, but we can feel you're in the room. Yeah, you are. You're in the room. So my question for you is, what do you do when it just seems impossible to be living? What is it that brings you joy to bring you back up?
That's an amazing question. And I think most of us have faced hurdles like this, and in some way, shape, or form, and I think that's the only way to get through, is kind of to tether ourselves to those things and keep looking. And I try to, whether it's I write about it or I keep pictures or just try everything to remind myself of those things that keep me wanting to exist. Honestly, Random Acts has been the biggest help for me, because it's not just the organization, but any kind of ability to connect with and feel that you can make someone else's life a little easier, that to me is what will keep me going. And then silly things, I got 2 cats that are the cutest things that sometimes when I'm really feeling that, they can always brighten my day. But I think that just speaks to connection. We need connection. We need to fill our hearts. Even when I made the choice to get the cats, I knew it was ridiculous, because right now I live with my mom and we're both barely getting by, sometimes physically, and we're topped off and just trying to get through the most basic logistical things of the day. And I suddenly decided, though, you can't have a small life, and you can't have a life where you aren't connected and aren't open and don't have things to live for. And I swear, even though the cats take a lot of energy and they add more to our daily to-do list, they give so much more than that. Just because I know it's silly to say with, whatever. But I think we all need that. We need something that makes our heart light up, and where we can share love and feel love. And I definitely know that if it wasn't for Random Acts, I probably wouldn't keep going. But having things like that where I can feel purposeful and like I'm making a difference in people's lives, that's it.
And you do. And a song we would sing to you. You light up our lives.
And what's the thing for you that keeps you going?
It's weird. I've had major depression in my life, so at a very young age, I wake up every morning, I sit on the side of the bed, and I say, today I'm gonna be happy, because I get to go in the world and do it to people I love. So that keeps me going, and our cat, Adam.
I love it.
Love you.
Love you so much.
Hi, Rachel. It's so good to see
Hello.
you. Thank you so much for doing this.
Absolutely, I'm so glad to be here.
So good to see you. If you were to write a memoir, what would you call it?
That's a really good question. I feel like, so like many years ago when I was a teenager, I wrote a lot of poems and stuff, and I remember that like I wrote this one with all these things, and I wrote, at the end of the day, I'm here. And I just feel like that's kind of existence, is just like, I'm here, I'm glad to be here. I've had people make fun of me because they're like, I'm just so excited to just be alive, but I am. I feel a lot of gratitude for that, just to exist in this world. I don't think that would be the name I finally settled on, but I'm trying to think of a quick answer. And I like things that don't, I'm not someone who's big on like identity and try to prop myself up and whatever. I'm more interested in just the fact that I get to exist here with you, and we all get to exist together, and I get to kind of look outward. So maybe something in that. I like look outward. Look outward is good. Maybe that's my title.
I love it. Thank you.
Hello, name twin. It's been a long time.
Hello, how are you?
We miss you here. My question is, I don't know if you remember, but before COVID, you signed a piece of paper for me back when I started my weight loss journey, and it said you can do this.
Yes.
I had that up. I'm down now 85 pounds. And
are you feeling healthy for it?
I am. I'm feeling healthy. I feel better about myself, and you were one of the inspirations in that. So my question to you is, who's someone in your life that's an inspiration to you?
There's so many people. Honestly, like all the staff members that I work with. Here's the thing: is that it's a really strange thing. Like to me, the first time I was given the challenge of like running an organization or helping to run an organization where it's 100% volunteer. And at this point, like it was pretty small when I joined. This point we're over, I think at one point recently it was 168 people, and all volunteers, and they bring so much. Like it's one of the most professionally run organizations, and they do such a good job. I just wish people could even see our internal documents. I think they're beautiful and so well crafted and stuff, and it's just, each individual within the organization is so freaking talented and amazing. And then when you think about the fact that I think a lot of people would say in life, we are motivated by selfish means or finances or anything like that. And it's absolute proof that you've got people who will work, give their whole soul and all their time and stuff to something just because they want the world to be better. And to me, that is such an inspiration. Does that make sense? So it's more like just individual daily activities that like interactions that I'm constantly blown away.
Well, you're one of the inspirations for many people here, so thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you. It's great to see you and congratulations, by the way.
Hi, it's so awesome to have you here. I wanted to ask that when you were first cast as Meg, did you know that you were going to be coming back for multiple episodes, or was it supposed to be just like a one thing?
It was just a one-time thing. It was just I was brought in for the one. It was the peanut butter kiss. That one episode. And then I was lucky enough to keep getting to come back, but I didn't know going into it. But I obviously, the character spoke to me and I so enjoyed playing her. So it was just a gift.
Yeah, we definitely loved having you play her.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm sure you all had a lot to do with it, because had you rejected me, they probably would have not brought me back.
Hi, Rachel. I had to come up and ask you a question when you mentioned your cats, because my cats are my reason for getting through my day. So what are their names, and do you have any stories? Or everybody loves to talk about their cats.
So many. You don't want to ask that, because we could have like a panel just on my cats. No, so I have two cats, Merlin and Gwen. They're a really interesting breed because of my illness and stuff. I am not only allergic, but my body, like anything that gets my immune system going, it's really hard. So they're hairless. They're Sphinx cats, but they're a rare breed of Sphinx called Bambinos. They've got really short legs. So they're really adorable. They're hairless and short legged. Also, two of the smartest cats I've never seen cats this smart. I've had cats most of my life. They're just so brilliant and part of everything. They want to be involved. I have to kind of pretend that they're involved in anything I'm doing and give them tasks because otherwise they're upset. But Merlin did something the other day, and then I'll keep it short. Merlin did something the other day though that shocked me, which is he plays fetch, which I've never seen a cat do. His favorite toys are these little they're little dumplings with little faces on them. They're very cute, but for some reason he loves them. He carries them around. He plays with them. He bats them around. He's got all these complex games, but he'll bring them over to your feet, drop it at your feet, you throw it, and he'll go and he'll bring it back. But the other day, my mom, he was bothering her, he was giving her a hard time or something else, and she said, "Where's your dumpling? Go get your dumpling!" And he instantly ran into the other room, grabbed his dumpling, came running into the room with it in his mouth, and put it at her feet. And I was like, he's genius! I've never seen a cat that way. So that's my cat story.
We all love talking about our cats. Thank you.
Perfect.
Hi, I had a question that if you read a lot in your downtime, what's your favorite book that you have read?
Oh my goodness, I cannot answer that because I read a lot. If you go on Goodreads, I've got lists of favorites that I'm glad to show you. I actually love nonfiction. A lot of my favorite books are nonfiction. I read one a couple of years ago that I really enjoyed called Humankind, and it's a real sociological look of it's got a utopian slant of what is possible within the world, and it's really based in fact and statistics, but it's a lot of our chance at creating the best society possible. And the fact that there is so much potential. That was one that stuck out to me. But the reason I can't do favorites is I read in so many different categories and stuff, you'd have to get me specific. Like if you said my favorite fantasy book, whatever, I loved Miss About One when I was younger. Did I ramble too much? Did you give any
I'll have to check out the nonfiction book.
go if you so I've got my Goodreads account. I think I even have the address on Instagram, and I'm not joking. It's one of my most exciting, like, fun things to do is share books. So I've categorized them all, including favorites and recommendations and whatever. So, like, if you're looking for any of that stuff, I am so happy to share.
Yes,
But it
I'll
is
definitely check
very
it out.
long. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Meg, and I feel like in TV and movies, whenever there's a character named Megan or Meg, it's always a bad person. Or I like that Meg eventually kind of became good.
Yes.
But anyway, other than the Meg Castiel road trip, which sounds like an awesome idea, if Meg had continued in the show, like, what would you have liked her, like, arc to have been?
I loved her arc, and I actually couldn't have asked for a better ending. In that, I think, I really did want her. One of the things I loved about her being decent and good was how dubious she was about it, and how uncomfortable, and how it was not about her own glory. She really was, I think, when she said that thing about you find a cause and you get behind it, I think she really was she actually had a lot of really positive qualities, which I love that they gave demons positive qualities and angels negative ones sometimes. That it was all just a big pile of gray and you got to make your choice in any given moment. But she was hugely loyal. And I think she was more idea and ideal based, and driven, which I loved. And so I would have liked, I really loved her aligning with the Winchesters and protecting Castiel. And I love anything along that line. I think a scene I would have loved to see was something that kind of showed more of Castiel's reaction when she sacrificed herself for him. I imagined it, but I did love that moment where Castiel first sees Meg when she's the empty, and there's a little bit of excitement. I think I don't know, I thought that was a nice indication. That's it, I rambled a lot, sorry. And also, I just want to say, I love the Dean Castiel story too, and I don't think they take away from each other. I think there's so many different ways and types of love that are all valid within our lives, and they don't need to counter each other. We can love and love and love more. So, yeah. Anyway, that was it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi Rachel, it's Angelica. You probably remember me from Supernatural 2018.
It's good to see you. How have you been?
Good, hanging in there. My question is, first, I love you so much, I miss you. And how has the Supernatural family helped you through like the pandemic and everything as a whole, like with your mental health? Because I know they helped everyone, but you in particular, I love you.
Thank you, and same, love you so much, and love this family so much, and absolutely, I think helped me through in a million ways, especially because, well, as I said, I've continued working with RandomX these years, and we're really lucky because we were a virtual organization anyway, because we're international, so we're constantly working virtually. So that definitely kept me going. When the pandemic first started, it was a very hard stretch. I lost my father, and it was very just, I think for all of us, there was a lot going on. But RandomX gave me somewhere to channel that, and we started a program where we were looking for all the best local organizations and outlets doing the best work for COVID and funding those. And it just like it gave me somewhere to channel that energy in and find gratitude. And that's all, that was all started within the Supernatural family. And then this, I think, is such a gift. I get to actually connect with you all again, so.
And I have to tell you, I can relate because I just lost my dad last year, and you helped help me through that by just being amazing. And oh God, I'm crying again. But
yeah,
this is that human aspect of the show. Forget the monsters, forget your awesome demon. It's the family, like to quote Bobby, filming them with blood, and that is all claim on the show as fans and family. So I love you, and I hope to hug you next year.
Thank you.
Hi, Rachel. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much.
Meg was probably my favorite character, and in my headcanon, she gets her own slice of heaven after the finale. So my question
I
is,
love it.
what would her heaven look like, and does Cass come over for pizza?
Absolutely. No doubt Cass is there in her heaven. And I don't know, she would be so, like her heaven would be interesting to me because at least she wouldn't want too many like fluffy things and clouds and stuff like that. So I would think, I don't know, I think of her as she was actually an idealist. So I think it is more people being honest and truthful, and there being some harmony in the existence would be her kind of heaven. I love that about her. She was very like no BS. And I think her heaven would be as well. What do you think?
Oh, I think that's a great answer. Thank you so much. I think that's perfect.
Thank you for the question. Hi.
Hi, how are you? The screen just went blank, sorry.
Good, how are you doing?
I'm good. I was involved a little bit with the Friends of Random Acts in New York a while back, and I was just wondering what kind of things Random Acts is up to now. I mean, it's great that you guys are all at the conventions, and we see volunteers all the time here, but what other things are you involved in at this point?
Oh my gosh, it's so much, it's like a 35-ring circus of things we're involved with. One of the things I'd love to see is the regional reps have really expanded a lot, so we're in more and more countries, and they're also very active. So a lot of the reps and staff do acts of their own as well, and I'm always so moved by the variety of acts. I think we've tried to focus the most on our acts program, because one of the things I love is this organization is different from a lot of philanthropy, in that we're really trying to empower you or anyone who wants to get involved and make sure you feel important and are supported in the ways that you want to be helpful and support your community. So I love seeing just the ACTS program keep expanding, as I said, like just the variety going on all the time is unbelievable. And we've got the bigger projects. I know we did some really beautiful partnership work with Gish and Legacy of War in Ukraine that I'm proud of, working with people with disabilities who are stuck in conflict. But also the thing that has been most heartening to me is like we had a fundraiser recently where people got to help fund acts, and I'm just excited to connect people to the vast variety of ways you can get involved. You saw that one?
That was really cool, yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
sold out, right? Like you guys funded all the acts. That was great.
Yes, we funded all the acts. I'd like to see more of that work. I mean, I'd love to hear from you what you would like us to see, like us to do more.
Well,
But
I'm
I'd
planning on putting in for an act actually for my school, so I'm working on it.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I think we need to start connecting people to, like, if your passion is education and schools and stuff, there's such an array of ways that we help them get involved in schools around the world, or whatever, and just to keep connecting to those stories, because otherwise I think that it's so much that can get overwhelming.
Well, thank you for the information. Nice to see you.
Thank you so much.
I don't really have a question. She just reminded me, a couple of years ago, I just retired in June as a teacher, which, yay me.
No, seriously, yay you. Thank you for putting in those years, doing something so unbelievably important.
And I was in special ed for most of that time. And a couple of years ago, you guys had these squeeze balls, but they weren't really balls, they were like stars, I think. I don't remember, but it was random acts. And I got one somehow, and I said to the girl at the table, I said, you know, I work in a special ed classroom, I have like 10 kids, they could all benefit from one of these, how do I get more of them? I was willing to pay for them. And she just said, just give me your address, and like within a week I got a whole box of them in the mail. And I just want to say thank you, because my kids loved them, and that was like, anytime they get, you know, a little out of sorts, which they do, just grab your squeeze star. I'm pretty sure it was a star. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But I just want to say thank you.
Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for telling me that story. I just, like, you know, we want to know what gets me through. It's those stories. So,
and it's great to see you. I missed you last year. I was really sorry that you couldn't come. It's great to see you. I'm glad you're doing this. It's awesome.
Thank you. It's amazing to see you all.
Hi, Rachel.
Hey!
Hi, Rachel. Welcome
you
back.
Hi, you have total control. Am I leaving the stage?
Do you want to leave?
No, come on, Stephen. Let's take this last question. We're gonna let you take this last question right now. Here we go.
Okay.
Hi, I didn't want to take anyone else's spot, so I waited until the end.
That's amazing. I hope you had a beautiful birthday.
I did, it was great. I just spent it surrounded by friends. That's all I can ask for.
Okay.
I just, your previous answer 2 questions back kind of stole my question, but you have talked a lot about the smaller acts and how meaningful they are. I just want, can you share some of the favorite smaller acts that have been submitted and completed?
So to me, and I don't know, like, to me, what I love is the different ways we can impact different communities. So, like, the specific things that people find always move me in that, like the chest binders at the, you know, shelters for LGBTQ, you know, people who don't have a home at the moment. Like, those kind of acts that are really specific, that show that you can really change someone's life. The period packs, but then it's like, then it's someone else is saving animals at a wildlife shelter, or someone else is helping a school in Africa, and someone else is helping, and to me, it's the fact that there are so many ways within our individual communities that we can do these seemingly small acts that, as you know, I do not think are small, because they change lives and change perspectives, and let people know that it can be a supportive world where people care about their well-being, and that can be everything in that moment. To me, the variety, like the vast variety, is what's exciting. And as you know, like, our view from staff to see that variety is absolutely brilliant and fulfilling to me. I always, you know, I love to do acts with, there's an organization called Blink Now, that is a children's home in Nepal, and community center and all of these things, and I think they're wonderful, so I always love to, that's a lot of my favorite acts that I've gotten to do have been with them. Like, you know, building vegetable gardens and things like that for the school, so. What about you? What's your favorite act?
Putting me on the spot. I'm really excited about the one that I'm doing for the fundraiser, the Little Free Libraries. I'm donating, I'm buying books from local bookstores and then donating them to Little Free Libraries in my community.
I think I am a big advocate for literacy and allowing children to have access to be able to read, and I think that I'm really excited for that. I think I'm happy to make a difference in my community.
No, that one, I love that one. And it's wonderful too, and a couple of people have the little free libraries where they bought banned books or books by, people in marginalized communities that really can help change minds, hearts and minds, and make people feel seen. But yeah, so I just finished writing the annual report for 2022. And it's one of the most fun activities because I get to look at all of our work from that year. And I love seeing, getting to kind of try to sum up and seeing the variety of good that we're doing all over. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a gift to be a part of that.
Yeah. And it's all the individuals. Yeah. So I encourage every one of you in the audience of if there is a way that you want to get involved with helping your community, you've got a team of people who want to help you with that.
Awesome. Always inspiring, always fantastic. And in this case, 100% digital, Rachel Miner! I moved you out there so you could see them instead of staring at the side of Billy's head. I thought that might be more interesting. I mean, two schools of thought. Well, that was really interesting, really. This young lady over here is giving, books to libraries, and you believe print is dead, no books should be burned. I think it's really interesting. The dichotomy, right? The dichotomy. Ladies and gentlemen.
Two halves of a whole, some might say.
So true. So true. Ladies and gentlemen, what's happening now is not for the faint of heart.
While you're speaking to the exits.
Don't stampede over each other as we get ready to play a game. There's only two answers. You can go one of two ways, Christine. You know what I'm talking about?